Welcome to Fan-Fueled Fiction. I've got a great video for you today, a viewer-requested topic. Jeremy Viviana Griffin 9458 left a comment on my video on Mandalorian equipment, linked in description below, saying, a video on the Sun Guard would be nice. So here you go, a video on the Sun Guard. The Sun Guard was a mercenary organization from the planet Thyrsis and was one of the most feared mercenary groups in the galaxy. It was comprised of Thyrsian special forces, roughly 1,150 years before the Battle of Yavin, and they fought the Echani Command in many small battles until a pact several hundred years later officially granted Thyrsis and its people independence. The Sun Guard were so deadly they became a legitimate rival to the Mandalorians, though they ultimately fell under the influence of the Sith. Darth Tyrannus even considered using a Sun Guard as the clone template for the Grand Army of the Republic, but ultimately decided on the Mandalorian Jango Fett. The Sun Guard fought on the side of the Confederacy of Independent Systems during the Clone Wars, but were betrayed. When Darth Sidious decided he no longer needed the Sun Guard, he had Dooku order the Sith assassin Asajj Ventress to eliminate them, and some of the few survivors became Sidious's Royal Guard, and, for the handful of Force sensitives, the Shadow Guard. Around 20 years or so after the fall of the Empire, a new generation of Sun Guards established themselves during the Yuuzhan-Vong War, where they defended their homeworld against the Vong invaders. The Sun Guard's primary weapon was usually a melee weapon of some kind. Most favored a specialized pike, a long, bladed weapon with a sharp tip that could be built fairly cheaply in any number of variations to suit different users, fighting styles, and tasks, and were generally forged with a weave of cortosis, a rare metal that, when pure, could short out a lightsaber on contact, but the lesser cortosis weave simply granted the weapons concrete resistance to lightsabers. The Sun Guard also sometimes used ritual weapons called solar pikes, which were Echani weapons that could be activated to heat the tips to red-hot temperatures, as well as force pikes that had stun modules to shock and stun their foes. They were also very skilled in hand-to-hand combat, urban warfare, and even gladiatorial fighting, and the vast majority wore black plate armor, though a golden variant has been seen, as have silver and red variants. The Sun Guard's visor could see thermal, infrared, and ultraviolet wavelengths, and had a built-in macrobinocular scope for surveillance and sniping. The armor was heavy and durable, but did little to restrict movement. The Sun Guard were trained in stealth tactics and techniques, and their melee weapons led them to favor facing their opponents at close range. To that end, they often incorporated internal weapons, vibroblades hidden in the gauntlets, spikes on the boots and knee pads, and specialized forearm and fist plating that could rapidly heat up to the degree that light contact would burn flesh. Many Sun Guards also included flamethrowers and dart launchers into their armor, much like the Mandalorians. Like the Echani, the Sun Guard could read body language well to predict their foes' movements, and they could match almost any foe in single combat, making them exceptional gladiators. Only Mandalorians could really stand against them in battle as far as non-Force sensitives went. Thanks for watching, and thanks again to Jeremy Viviana Griffin 9458 for requesting this topic. If you have an idea for a video or want me to cover a topic you're curious about, leave a comment on any of my videos or send an email to the official Fan-Fueled Fiction email address on screen now. If you liked what you just watched, please consider leaving a like or a comment and subscribing. It takes 2 seconds for you and really helps the channel out. See you in the next one.